Well, hello, sunshines. Welcome back to PoweFolk Living, garden in Massachusetts, Zone 6B. I don't think I'm going to say that all the time, you guys, honestly, but I got it out this time. Yes, I'm planting up these tulips today that I told you all about. And then we're going to do some other stuff. Like I want to go around and tell you all about some plans I have for the garden. The reason I'm planting up more tulips, because I know we did plenty of tulip planting videos, is because when I went around and I assessed the space of where I have tulips at, I put them everywhere except on this side of the garden. And so because the ground is, it's almost frozen, but I don't really want none in ground in this particular area that I can think of right now. But this garden bed, last year I used it for some flowers, some annuals like alyssum. What else did I have in here? Nasturtiums, had some zinnia. I had a huge sunflower growing up in this area, as in this bed as well. So I thought it would be nice to go ahead and just fill it up with tulips. So I'm going to see, I have 4 boxes. I'm going to see how many I can get in here. This also does not go with the color scheme of tulips I planted this year. And mind you, my tulips are perennial. They come back every year. So I'm not planting tulips like in the same area each year. The areas that I did plant them in didn't have any. I'll try to remember to show you the area that I did have tulips in for the past, I think, 2 years in daffodils. So right now I'm going to take all of the leaves out. I did get some garden soil because, like I said, I didn't want to go in the back and dig up any soil because it's cold. But anyway, so I did grab some garden soil. It was frozen at the store. So if you go right now to get garden soil at your big box stores, it will be frozen. What I did was just left it inside my house overnight, and now it's workable. It's wet. I won't have to water the bulbs or anything. So let's get these leaves out of here and let's get these bulbs planted. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just layer like a small layer of soil so it can have something to cushion it. As you can see, these leaves are not frozen, but in the soil actually is not frozen. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me see. I might be okay. Let me take some more of the leaves out. Because we know that tulips need to be 6 inches deep. And so this may be okay. Okay, let's just get the tulips in. You want to help me? I can do it fast. So I have a little helper today. Bend over, Maddie. We're going to go ahead and get these in the ground. So remember, the other ones were purple and pink and the wind's blowing. Don't fall, camera. This is this color. I do not think it will mess up my color scheme at all because gardens for me is all about color. So let's get these in. And I'm just going to stuff this in. If I can get all 4 bags in, that's what I'll do. I did want to put them in another area, but no, you can organize that side. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can dump them. That's a good idea. You got them all in? Yeah. All 4? Yeah. And is there one up here? No, I know. I want to make sure that there's some everywhere. At least. They always do that. See, we can move some over here. I'm trying to do a video. Okay, so we got them all in. So I'm just going to dump the dirt on top. Well, Maddie, dump the soil. Let's dump this soil. I know. It's heavy because it's wet.
The whole thing?
Yep. I don't even think I need the other bag. What's that? Oh, they got the bag?
Yeah.
Oh. Mm-mm.
Oh, perfect. Good job, Mom.
Thanks. I don't think we need any more soil. Okay. So now we're going to take the leaves and put them back on.
You put the leaves on?
Yep. That protects the soil. They'll come right through the soil. They'll come right through the leaves. Oh, that's done. The last tulips. I think that's going to be a nice pop of color in this area right here. When springtime comes, I can't wait. I only needed one bag of soil, so I'll just use the other bag. I actually want to get it dumped out because it's wet. I don't want to put it in the shed. I can actually leave it outside. Anyways, I only end up using one bag of soil to put on top to cover it. We'll save the other bag for another day. Let's talk 2025 garden plans. So about 2025, I have lots of plans. And since we're in this area, I'll just start in this area right here. For this garden space, I mostly use it for my veggie garden. Yes, we did plant up this space over here. Remember, we planted up this new space over here with, what do we have over here? Oh, and I hope nothing's eating the buds. Of course, don't get distracted. Anyways, these are Rose of Sharon. We have hibiscus over here. So we planted up this area right here, and we're going to be adding perennials. I think that's what's going to happen in this space, adding more perennials. I'm not sure if I'll get any more evergreens in, but I do have a stash, and we may put some over there. But this main space right here, as we come around, this space right here is going to be mainly for veggies, and I want to grow more of what we like for sure, so that's going to be my focus. And so that's this area right here. We also planted up over here, remember we got the hydrangeas in, we put the willow trees in. I did not know that these willow trees were going to give off this beautiful red the stems. I didn't know the stems turn red, and that is great winter interest. So that's it for this area over here. It's mainly going to be vegetables. We will be planting up some more perennials. Okay, so let's go to the other side of the garden. Sure. So in this area right here, we're just going to continue to plant up perennials. But what's going to be the biggest change in 2025, I'm hoping, is inside the chicken area. I would like to repaint this particular chicken coop, not my purple coop, because as you all know, my purple coop is my favorite coop. It's my favorite color. So not that particular coop, but I want to transform this gray coop right here. And I also want to plant up some shrubs in here. So we do have hawk problems. And for the most part, our chickens have been safe. We did lose one baby turkey last year. well, actually 2 years ago. We're in 2025. So we did lose one baby turkey due to a hawk that got in here, and they're going to be able to get in here. The rooster does a great job with protecting. But what I want to do is I want to plant some evergreens in here that they can hide under, for more protection from the aerial predators. I think that the goats and the dogs do a good job with protecting them from, the foot animals, land animals, if you would say, but the predators above, they will. The hawks have tried to come in. And just the other day, there was a baby hawk that actually did fly down, and the rooster fought it off, and it was a baby, so it couldn't get them. But I want to take this area right here, and mainly this part, mainly up in there. And I want to put some shrubs. And that's why I've been going to the Home Depot red pot sale, because I've been collecting some shrubs. So that's the same thing for this area right here. And forgive me for the sniffling. The same area right here, we're just going to continue to plant up. And I can't wait for the tulips to come up. And we're going to continue to plant up all the perennials, perennials, more and more perennials in the front. This side, maybe not so much in the chicken coop, but that side definitely. Okay, let's go to another space in the garden. As we get to this side of the garden, this is where the part shade, part sun gardens begins. Mostly this is shade, as we know. Well, this space right here, I'm going to be extending this garden all the way to the end of the shed. That is the goal right now. There's a possibility we may be moving this shed, and so if we move this shed, I'll be extending this garden all the way to the gate. And how lovely would that be? Because I would connect this garden all the way to the chicken run garden space. And so that would be lovely. But for now, because I'm not sure 100%, or if we do move the shed, when it will be moved, this garden bed will be extended to this corner, which means that not only will I get it lengthened, but we're going to widen it as well to the end of this shed. So this whole bed will come out, that's up there, will come out here. And so I'll have to see how I'm going to do that. If I'm going to, when we get there, we'll see. But I'm going to go to the end. And so I know I'm going to bring this out, and I just have to see how am I going to bring it all the way out from where it starts up there, or am I going to kind of like just bring it out and curve it in? We'll do it together, so you'll get to see that part. And so that's one of the changes that's going to happen in this area. Other than that, we're going to just continue to plant. Hopefully a lot of things will come back for us in this particular area right here. And so that's like one of the biggest changes. All of the other things and all of the other garden spaces are going to just continue to get planted up. A lot of our work that we did this year, remember, we did it in the hillside garden. And so we're still going to have to do some work in that garden space. But the major changes will be this area and our chicken coop area. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. But let's take a look at what's going on in those areas. Although we're not making changes, we can kind of look, because I wanted to make sure none of the tulips were coming up or the daffodils peeking through, because a lot of my friends are saying that they're starting to see, and I'm not seeing any. Remember this, we planted tulips up in this whole front area, and I don't see anything coming up, which to me is a good sign. And so with that being said, as I spin around, and we have a lot of broken branches that we'll have to pick up too, because we had lots of wind coming through. So yeah. And so we're just going to spin around, and I want to take a look over here at this particular area. So when I was telling you all about the tulips, this is where when I did tulips, this right here, what I usually call the wall garden. is where I first planted tulips and daffodils. And what I did was I made squares. So I made a patch over there, a patch right here, and a patch over there in that area where the cat is. I made a patch over there. And so that's where daffodils and tulips come up. And so I do want to add more in this space. We'll see what happens this year with the daffodils and tulips. We'll be adding, of course, more perennials in this space. I have been given some thought about my rock wall. I definitely need to either build it back up with more findings of rocks or take this away and do a different structure. Not sure on that yet because I do like the rustic look of it. So I'm probably going to opt to continue to build it up. So that's with that. So let's walk over to the hillside. Like I said, this is a garden that we spent so much time in. And so there's still work to be done here. There's still more planting that needs to take place. And so we're going to be doing that. But like I said, and oh, my stash. Let me show y'all my stash while we're here. My stash with the red pots, as you can see, it just continues to grow. And so we'll talk about these evergreens and things more in details when we get to planting. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's video and thank you for hanging in there with me. And I hope you're excited about the plans and you'll be here for the journey. The wind is now kicking up, and so I'm going to head inside. And so don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Until next time, blessings. Bye.